And welcome back to Hannity. And tonight, a new scandal is swirling around the Clintons. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, the Clinton Global Initiative directed a whopping $2 million to an energy company whose part owner, 29%, is a close personal friend of Bill Clinton. Now, the Journal also reports that the move could be a violation of federal law because tax-exempt groups like the Clintons, they're not supposed to act in anyone's private interest. A Clinton Foundation spokesperson told the Wall Street Journal that what happened was, quote, mission-driven investing in and by for-profit companies. He went on to say that what happened is, quote, a common practice in the broader philanthropic space, as well as among Clinton Global Initiative commitments. Joining us now with reaction, Fox News contributor Doug Schoen, radio talk show host our friend Dennis Prager, and Fox News contributor Monica Crowley. You want to talk about who the friend is? She has a nickname named by the Secret Service. Her name is Energizer.
All that has been reported is that she's a close personal friend of Bill Clinton's.
Right.
Sean.
But also what has been reported, revealed in a book, is that close personal friend is well known to Secret Service in Chappaqua as the girlfriend of Bill Clinton, who comes in as soon as Hillary leaves.
Regularly.
Regularly.
Yes, so she's a close personal friend of Bill's, but apparently not of Hillary's. So that's interesting. What's more interesting, I think, for the sake of this campaign, is this idea that perhaps she was installed as in some sort of leadership position of this green energy company as a way for them to launder money or move money somehow to her for her silence, for her companionship, for what? I think that's the thing that needs to be investigated.
And didn't they get grant money from the federal government as well?
Yes, Bill Clinton lobbied for about $850,000.
And they got
about $700,000 actually went to this company, taxpayer money, our money.
Let me offer, if I can, just a big picture thought for a moment. The big dilemma among Republicans with regard to Donald Trump was character. There were positions issues, but it was character.
For some.
Okay, fine, but that was the dilemma. Fine. Notice there is no character dilemma among Democrats. It's only positions. That's a huge difference in my mind.
That is a great point. That is a big point. Because what? Conservatives have values?
Yes.
Conservatives and Democrats have none?
Not on character. They have values on inequality, on carbon emission.
But you know what? That's all phony, and that's selective moral outrage.
It's all macro. It's not. Character is a non-issue on the left. What it matters is the right positions. That's why Bill Clinton could be celebrated by feminists.
And that's why the gender war example, you know, they bring up this big story in the New York Times, which we refuted tonight by somebody that was mentioned in the story. Bill Clinton, doesn't he have problems with women, Doug? Doesn't Hillary Clinton have problems being the enabler? Doesn't she have problems taking money from countries that treat women like crap, like Saudi Arabia?
Look, this election, as Dennis put it, is going to be about issues.
You didn't answer one question I just asked you.
Then I'll answer your question. Thank goodness that Saudi Arabia is our ally in the Middle East.
Thank goodness.
Hillary Clinton has,
the Saudis
because we need
that treat women like garbage.
We need a counterweight to radical Islam in Iran.
No, but they took, wait a minute, the Clintons took millions and millions from the Saudis. The women's candidate, Hillary Clinton, did she ever speak out about women not being able to drive, go out in public without a male relative,
I agree.
not being able to go to school?
I agree, she should. We have no problem on that. And I hope she does.
Except they bought her silence, didn't they, Dennis Prager?
Well, that's correct. By the way, you're both right. I don't want to be, you know, like King Solomon here. No.
Come on, Dennis, keep going.
You're right on the Saudi Arabia, because it's like we chose Stalin to fight Hitler. We're choosing Saudi Arabia to fight ISIS and Iran. Iran is the big devil.
Okay, but the Saudis have been duplicitous. They have played both sides for a long time. I want to see the 28 pages. I want to see their role in 9/11. I want to see if they finance those
What
terrorists.
is the alternative in the Middle East, Sean, other than working with the Sunnis?
Listen, there is no alternative, but I want to know, because if the Clintons took money from a country, and we as this country know they had a role in 9/11, we shouldn't be friends with countries that have active roles in terrorism against this country.
$750,000 speech in Congo, one of the poorest countries in the world. Yeah. Why was it? Because Congo is aching to hear his thoughts? It's all corrupt.
Well,
it's all quid pro quo.
All of this should be investigated, right? The Clinton Foundation, the alleged corruption, all of the ties to unsavory regimes, the money that's flowed into the Clinton Foundation. The stories that we're hearing now, Sean, are just the tip of the iceberg. And for Bob Woodward of the Washington Post to admit that there are 20+ reporters digging into the past of Donald Trump, and he says, well, there will be an equivalent effort on the Clintons. I don't buy that for a second. Number one, they haven't done that so so far. Number two, you have a current president in Barack Obama, who they didn't do 8 years ago and who remains a stranger to this day.
Let's go to the cover from May 13th. Yeah, this is the woman we're talking about, the one that is nicknamed Energizer by the Secret Service. And apparently, Hillary's Secret Service protection actually calls bills and says, Hillary's on her way home. You may want to get rid of Energizer. All right. Something profound happened this weekend. It was in Nevada. It was the Democratic caucus that was going on there, the state caucus of the Democrats. Barbara Boxer talks about unity. Listen to the boos and the boos at the mere mention of Hillary. These are Democrats, not Republicans.
I present to you Senator Barbara Boxer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We need civility in the Democratic Party. Civility. Because the whole future of the country is at stake. Now, when you boo me, you're booing Bernie Sanders. Go ahead. You're booing Bernie Sanders. Bernie is my friend.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know what? For all of the talk about the divisions in the Republican Party, the real civil war is actually going on the Democratic
That's
side.
profound. Mr. Prager, your face is red. Why?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. All right, go
that
ahead.
is so wrong.
That was so wrong.
That was low.
That was so low. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry,
go ahead.
Dennis, I apologize.
It's not an issue. Just there were two civil wars. However, I believe that the Democrats will unite behind
Here's
Hillary.
the difference. It's an anti-establishment year, and
Right.
Trump's the only
Sean,
anti-establishment
if I
candidate.
can take issue with Dennis, I am very worried as a Hillary Clinton supporter that we are much more divided than his comment suggests. The Bernie people are going to try to change the rules to empower the superdelegates, and also are going to fight on the platform. All bad for Hillary.
All right, I got to roll. Guys, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Your
John.
face isn't as red.
You know,
look better.
you're terrible.
I know, it was awful.